Alright guys, so we're back with another video, and this is more along the lines of this mass recording that I'm trying to do, so I can get some actual videos for you guys. Trying to clear out the stock. This is battle versus my boy Jimmeh6, the mod. Can't call him the best mod because that mod is forever reserved. That spot is forever reserved to Downward Ascension. But he's probably the guy who's always in chat. He's basically the prototypical Twitch monster. Super homie. He's in like a gazillion streams at once. Good guy. And I wish he streamed otherwise so you could check him out, but he doesn't. Like I said, he's the prototypical Twitch monster. But anyways, we got a PU game right here. A little change of pace from the standard OU that I do, but I recently built a couple of PU teams because I was doing team building Thursday, but normally when I do it, I have something in mind, but this time I didn't. I was just like, wait, hold on, is my... Okay, good. I was just making sure I was recording, but normally I have something in mind, but this time I didn't, and people suggested that I do some PU building, and this was one of the teams that we came up with, and Jimmy likes PU himself, so we just decided to do some PU. And this is what I got. So it's Substitute Superior, Scarf, Mr. Mime, Standard Armaldo, Standard Butterfree, Standard Camerupt, and Nasty Plot Mistravis. Now, one of the problems is that for some reason my PK Hex has not been setting properly. Like, I go and I click set, and I know I click set, because sometimes it's an issue with the trackpad, that it does, like the right click doesn't register, or the left click doesn't register. Might be. So I literally went and I plugged my mouse in, and then I clicked set, and the set saved, and then I click export, and then it shows up on cartridge as the original pack set. Like all the, if you know anything about saving, or I guess it's genning, not saving, but basically there's this giant pack that has all the base mons there and how they're supposed to be formatted. All you have to do is just change the movesets and the EV spreads. Right? And for some reason PK Hex isn't registering this when I click set, that here's the changed set that I want. And for some reason PK Hex just recently has been saying, no, you can't do that. So I don't know what's up with that, but here we are, and that turns out to be a problem because I think it messes up with camera for sure. I don't know if it messes up with anything else. But that's definitely going to be an issue later on, as we'll see. So I think overall the team matchup is pretty even. I think I actually have a slight advantage. Like I said, if my sets were proper, then I would definitely have an advantage. But we'll just see what happens in the game. So let's go ahead and get it in. So, like I said, Jimmeh is issuing us a challenge. He's going to lead with his Monferno at this point. I'm going to lead with Servine. I expected him to be like a lead Rocks Monferno, but I couldn't take that chance of him being like an offensive variant, because I know that is a thing as well. And I've actually found out that it is the more common set. So I switched into Camerupt. Camerupt's a pretty safe switch into Monferno, which is why I think it's a very good mon in this tier. And I just take a U-turn. And if I was the typical utility Camerupt with leftovers, which is the set that's supposed to be on this team, it would be no problem because I can switch in, take Protect, and it would be no issue. Unfortunately, that's not what I am. I'm actually the standard Mega Camerupt from RU. So I literally don't have rocks this game, which is a problem. Or I might have rocks on Armaldo, actually. I don't remember, but the rocks are supposed to be on Camerupt. And I don't have rocks on Camerupt, and I also don't have leftovers. I have a Mega Stone. Obviously, I'm not going to Mega Evolve. Because that would just be a D-bag thing to do, but losing those leftovers is really bad, especially for a mon like Camerupt. And not having rocks is really bad for my team, and that comes to impact the game later on. So I'm going to go to Mistravis. I predict Gabite to set up a rock, so I just burn it, and I go to Mistravis. I'm going to set up a Nasty Plot this turn as he goes for Toxic. Not a big deal because my Mr. Mime has Healing Wish, so I can Healing Wish up Mistravis later. Mistravis is going to be a very good mon to this game. He doesn't really handle it that well because of how bulky it is, and at +2, Mistravis does a ton of damage. Go for T-Bolt, he switches back to Gabite to get more toxic damage off on me, but another Shadow Ball, or just going for Shadow Ball, will be able to take out Gabite after 2 rounds of burn. So I'm just going to go for it this next turn. He's actually faster than me, which is kind of surprising, but Gabite, I mean, it's Baby Garchomp. It's going to be fast, but it does nothing because Misdreavus with the Violet is fat. And I can take out Gabite now, and bye-bye to Gabite. So, I actually have the advantage 6-5, but this Toxic is annoying. But like I said, I'm not too worried about it because I do have Healing Wish on my Mr. Mime. Of course, you'll see later on that it becomes an issue, so I know that he's going to go for Sucker Punch. That's what these Mawailes do. I take the opportunity to go for Will-O-Wisp because I can live another Toxic, round of Toxic damage. And like I said, I have Healing Wish on my Mr. Mime to heal that away. So I could just take the opportunity and Will-O-Wisp the Mawile, effectively rendering it useless. And now that'll give me the opportunity to go to Mawile. Even if he has Iron Head, I'm going to take it pretty well anyways. Goes for another Sucker Punch. And I can take the opportunity to Rapid Spin away these hazards. And since this Gabite's dead, that means no more rocks. So even though I don't have rocks for me to set up on Jimmy's side of the field, he doesn't have rocks himself, and I don't believe he has a ghost type, so I can just remove these rocks away freely and we will be in a good spot. So yeah, I just go for Rapid Spin right there with my Armaldo, get rid of the rocks. And so even though he had a bit of an unfair advantage, well, not really unfair because it's my fault for not bringing the right set, but even though he did have a distinct advantage because of my mess up in bringing the wrong set, so he got rocks, they didn't do too much damage this game because I was able to take out the Gabite and get the Rapid Spin off. So he goes for the Heal Bell right there, which removes the burn from Mawile. That's all I got burned because Gabite's dead, but I can knock off the Clefairy's Eviolite, which is going to be good for me, so I can go to Clefairy much easier. Now I'm going to switch out so he doesn't set up Calm Minds, and I'm going to go out the Camerupt. Again, really good Pokemon for me this match, but don't have the right set. He's going to end up switching out to his Mawile to try and take on my Armaldo. Or he's going to switch. Did I say Mawile? I think I did. Yeah, okay. I thought I said Armaldo to take on my Armaldo, but he's going to go to Mawile. I go to Camerupt because it takes on Clefairy. It also takes on Mawile. And he goes to War Turtle, and I can just go for another Will-O-Wisp again and take on this War Turtle. And even though War Turtle's still kind of a problem, just being able to get that residual damage on it is nice. And I also have Servine, who's a very good switch-in to deal with War Turtle, so Will-O-Wisp plus Servine will be pretty good for me. I decided to go to Mr. Mime, however, to try, and okay, right here's where I mess up. So I don't think that Leafeon has anything to take me out, so I decided to go for Iron Tail, get damage off on Leafeon, and then Healing Wish up Misdreavus later. I should have just Healing Wished it up right then, because it turns out this carries Iron Tail. I did not know that this Mon even got Iron Tail, but it does. It takes me out, and it's just like, oh no. Now I'm in a giant disadvantage, just advantageous position. But I go to Mr. Mime there. I don't even remember why I went to Mr. Mime on War Turtle. I think it was, like I said, to take advantage of War Turtle to get the Healing Wish off. So I go to Servine. I am a substitute. And I just can see what this Monferno wants to do. He goes for Fire Punch. I'm just going to go for another sub right here on the Monferno. I think I'm trying to bait him onto switching out. Trying to predict me to switch out or whatever so I can get up a sub. I see that's not really working, and right here I misclick. I meant to click Leech Seed to get some health back, but I end up clicking Hidden Power Ice. So I'm messing up. I should have just gone straight for Healing Wish with my Mr. Mime, and I should have just gone for Leech Seed right there, but I misclick and go for HP Ice because it's right next to the Leech Seed button. So now I could go to Camerupt though. Again, no leftovers, no good. And at this point, he's just gonna fire off Clefairy. He doesn't have a good switch in to Camerupt because not even War Turtle appreciates an Earth Power, especially with the burn. I get a lucky crit there, but maybe I could have taken him out with Fire Blast there later on. And I do have a lot of special attack on this particular Camerupt because, like I said, it's the wrong set, but it ends up working out pretty well for me. I think 2 Earth Powers regardless would have taken him out. If not, then oh well. I'm not complaining because I'm just in such a bad spot that, like I said, I don't care at this point. I need all the hacks I need all the justice. So unfortunately, because my Mr. Mime is dead, I got a fodder off Misdreavus. But it gives War Turtle or it gives War Turtle another round of burn, so that's all good. And I can just go to Servine right here and just go for like a Leaf Storm or another substitute if that's what I want to do. Obviously, he can go to Monferno pretty safely, but I can just go for another substitute, I believe. No, I go for Hidden Power again. Oh yeah, I did the same thing twice. So again, I just went for Leech Seed because I predicted this. I can just go for Leech Seed, give me some health, but I misclick again, and I go for HP Ice. So now Monferno gets another free switch, and my Camerupt is important to me winning, but due to my lack of leftovers, my Camerupt is a lot lower than it should be. It should be closer to 80%, but instead it's closer to 50% because of the lack of leftovers and me not having the wrong having the wrong set. So I'm gonna go to Armaldo this time, so my Camerupt doesn't take any chip damage. And now I'm just gonna go for the EQ. I do run a little bit of speed. I actually run quite a bit of speed actually on Armaldo. I run like 100 speed. Maybe even more than that, I don't remember. Whatever the set on Smogon says, because I just copied that, because I don't know what Armaldo runs. And I'm able to outspeed the Mawile, which is good, because outspeeding Mawile is pretty good. So I'm able to kill the Mawile, and that's good for me. I go to Servine right here, hoping I don't get burned by Scald, because I think he has War Turtle, Mawile, and Leafeon left. I think Armaldo is going to be pretty good for me dealing with Leafeon, but I still need Servine to try and I need Servine and Armaldo essentially. I need Camerupt too, really, but it's whatever. So I go for Leech Seed because he's been going to Monferno the past couple of times. But this time he decides to go to Leafeon, and I go for Hidden Power, and but unfortunately he knocks me off, and it's not good. So I gotta hope I can live with Butterfree. So he goes for knockoff right there, and he just takes me out. And it turns out that he's actually choice banded, and I'm just like, oh no. So I still had a pretty good chance to win, but he's choice banded, and now at this point things are not looking good because he can just go for another knockoff, take me out. Then I just go to Armaldo. I can trade with him. I go for another knockoff, and now he dies, but then Monferno comes in, and it's not looking good because now Armaldo can just sweep, and just things are not looking good. Yeah, so he just goes for close combat, takes me out, and maybe if my Camerupt had leftovers and had to protect like it's supposed to, then who knows how things would have gone down, because maybe I could have lived the close combat due to my bulk and taken him out and gotten the win, but who knows. So yeah, I just go for close combat, and I just go down, and that's how things are gonna go. And the loss column. So yeah, GG's Jimmeh. I just played really, really bad that game. I think that me realizing early on that I didn't bring the right set really tilted me, and then that combined with not healing wishing with Mr. Mime. Even if getting the psychic damage on Leafeon would have been nice, which it would have been. It would have been. It's just healing wishing would have just been so much better, so I could have my Misdreavus. And I think if I had a healthy Misdreavus, I would have been able to win that game. Of course, who knows, but I think I would have had a pretty good chance to win that game had my Misdreavus still been around. So I messed up there. I made a couple of misplays, and then Jimmeh actually caught on to it, and he realized that I was messing up because I said it in the stream. So then that time he goes to Leafeon to kind of troll, and messes me up there. And then I didn't expect CB at all. I had no idea that was going to be choice banded, so it was just not. It was not a good situation, but it was still a pretty close game. I believe a 1-0 or 2-0. I don't remember if his War Turtle was still alive. But yeah, GG's Jimmeh. Just no excuses on my end. Like I said, just no excuses. But it's still a pretty good game for you guys to watch, and hopefully y'all enjoyed. Click the links in the description.